D-Wade. Dwayne. This is 2016 Grand Cru Clos de Vougeot Mayo Camosé, my friend.
Oh, Jesus.
It ain't cheap. It's definitely not cheap. Hey, this is sommelier Andre Mack, and this is Through the Grapevine, a celebrity wine tasting with a twist, where we test their abilities to taste the difference between cheap and expensive wines, all while having a great conversation. Joining me today is a Chicago native, 3-time NBA champ, fast food aficionado, wine enthusiast, and husband to Gabrielle Union. Welcome, Dwayne Wade.
Thank you. Thanks for calling me by my name and not Gabrielle Union's husband first. I appreciate that.
You're awesome. All right, so today I paired 5 wines with 5 rounds of conversation, ranging in price points, your affordable option, daily dose, the nice gift, the special occasion, and then the luxury life.
Okay.
And at the end of each round, I'll ask you what you think each wine is worth.
Okay.
Fair?
Fair.
And finally, I'll pour you a full glass of your favorite wine as a bonus round as we calculate and tally your score.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
All right, first wine. Give it a swirl, give it a sniffy. What are you thinking?
I would immediately say buttery, but I don't feel like it's buttery. It's something else. But it's smooth, right?
Yeah.
Real smooth, like a vanilla, like a Chardonnay.
High acid?
Yeah, high acid,
So, is your mouth starting to water?
Yeah, my tongue gets a little dry, just a little bit, but like not bad enough to where you like, not that, but yeah.
So you're a huge NBA star. You split your time. You were born in Chicago and spent a lot of time in Miami. Who shows you the most love when you touch down?
Oh, it's not even close, Miami.
Oh, really? Really?
I think maybe like a small portion of people know her from Chicago, but everybody in Miami, they was there in the run, from 2003 till, I retired at 19. And so it's a little rock star-like when I go back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. But it's an easy drink.
Totally. This is what I feel like it is. Dwayne, you're a fierce competitor throughout your career. What were your favorite players to play against?
Well, the greats. Like, I love playing against Kobe.
And
I love playing against Allen Iverson. These are guys that, when you're young, you grow up idolizing. These are individuals, when you watch the game of basketball, the ones that, the Magics, the Jordans, the Larrys, the ones that kind of get you kind of locked in on the game. And so when I got into the league, like, being able to play against Kobe, being able to play against Iverson, 2 of the guys who were idols of mine.
Yeah.
That were definitely 2. But then, you got the LeBron James guy over there in Cleveland when I got in. Every time we played against each other, it was a moment. It was a story. It was a conversation. And so, you love playing against greatness.
Yeah.
So for me, every time I got a chance to match up, against someone who I looked at as an equal or ahead of me and someone I was chasing, like, I love those moments.
If you had to put together your all-time NBA squad, who's your top 5?
That's tough. But it's my favorite player?
Your favorites, yeah.
Okay, well then that's different. So, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, top 3.
Okay.
Right, so they're in my team, right? So I'm guard heavy. LeBron James, number 4, and Shaquille O'Neal, number 5.
Okay.
That'd be my top 5 favorite players.
Oh, I love that. And out of those players, which 2 players would you like to see play one-on-one in their prime?
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, of course.
Yes.
Yes. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Yes. All time. Wow. Yeah, I would totally love that.
Yeah, that's the showdown.
All right. How are you feeling about this wine?
This is solid. I mean, this is one of the wines that I would tell somebody if you are, like, you're just getting into wine, you don't really understand it, and you want to drink something. This is a good first wine right here.
Yeah, no, totally.
Very easy.
Yeah, I think it's got great acidity. It's lively. It pops. It kind of like jump starts the evening.
Yeah, it's not complex. It's not a complex wine.
No, not at all.
It don't feel heavy on the alcohol.
Correct.
Which is very good because it's light. And so, this is definitely come to the table. Let's start the meal off with this.
And ease into it.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so where are you at with this in price point? Where are you thinking you're headed?
So I'm going to go with 12 to 25.
Okay.
I didn't like how you looked down at that card. I like how long you paused.
I'm just looking at the card.
I like it.
I'm just looking at the card. All right, so today we have the Las Lilas. This is Vinho Verde from Portugal.
Oh, I've never had wine from Portugal.
And this is our affordable option.
See, I didn't think you would give me the affordable option up front. And I was like, nah, would he do that? That's too easy.
No, but I think at some point, like, you have to, like, throw all that out and like go where your gut. This is,
Yeah.
you know what
This
I
is
love
good.
this wine. This is like, it's not an overthinker. It's not complex in any way, but it's refreshing. And it kind of gets the juices moving.
Yeah, I feel like it wakes your palate up.
Yeah,
right?
no,
You know,
absolutely, yeah.
It's very crisp.
Wine has always been like a placeholder in time for me.
Yeah.
Right? It's less about like the wine. It's about the wine, but like it's more about like the conversations and the people you're sharing it with.
Yeah.
You know, it sets the mood and the tone.
Yeah.
And generally, when I like to start things and meet new people, this is the way I like to start the evening. All right, you ready for round two?
I'm ready.
All right. So another white wine.
Okay.
Yeah, you like that color?
Well, yeah.
That's the first thing you notice, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the last wine.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, you feeling that?
Yeah, I'm feeling this.
Okay. Right?
I smell. Do you smell melon?
Yeah, it's definitely melon.
Melon?
I think I like a slight hint of like butterscotch. Remember those little yellow candies in the yellow wrapper?
Yeah,
those
my
are the blue
granddad
ones.
used to give them to me.
Yep, mine too. Mine too. Mine
Slap
too.
me a few.
Yep. I did work in restaurants growing up, and I worked a lot. In San Antonio, I was at a steakhouse, and I used to see a lot of NBA coaches come in. And then I started to see a little bit more of the players start to come in. And that just reminded me a lot of like you, Chris Bosh, and LeBron, like having these dinners with incredible wine that we got to witness from the side through social media. That just seemed like awesome. Tell me about that. Like, were there like cool pairings and stuff that you did, or?
Well, yes. You know, I think the one thing is like wine in the NBA, it's been a part of the NBA forever. You know, but it was always kind of frowned upon when you think of athletes and alcohol or anything of that sort. And so to be able to be in the space, myself, LeBron, Carmelo, CP, and this generation, to be able to be there, to be the ones that, you know, kind of made it more approachable, you know, made it like, hey guys, listen, we athletes, but we do drink.
Yeah. You know, if you don't see anybody doing what you're doing, you don't think it's for you. And the fact and the amazing thing when I talk about wine in a lot of circles, you know, the NBA and the players always come up to the top about like, man, these guys are doing it right.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in seeing what the long tail looks like when you talk about the young guys coming into the league and how wine will eventually become a part of our culture.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with that. All right, so what are you thinking about here? How are you feeling about this wine here?
So,
Give it a number. All right.
yeah, I'm gonna go with 1999,
Okay. 1999.
maybe 98. 1998.
1988. I see you. Okay. So, one of my favorite wines to drink. This is White Rioja. This is from Olivia Rivera. This is called Miranda de Azul. So this is mainly a traditional grape made from Macabeo. And so this is actually $80. This is $75 to $150. This is our special occasion wine.
But it's good.
It's good, right?
It's very good.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next round.
All right.
All right.
I'm over 2.
We're gonna go ahead and start with number 3.
If I get the next 3, I'm good.
We got our first red wine of the evening.
Okay.
And the fact that like you're looking at the color, I'm like, okay, he's on it. He's on it.
Yeah.
He's looking at it. He's into it.
No, I'm into it.
You spoke about Shaq. You won a championship with him. Does he have great taste in wine? Or does LeBron have better taste?
I've never seen Shaq have a drink.
That's interesting.
I've never seen
What
Shaq
about
take a
Barkley?
drink. Well, yeah, he has great taste in well, you don't want to drink with him
Why not?
because he just keep going. you know, like with some people got limits. Like you hit it, you be like, oh, I need to go lay down. You know, Chuck can keep going. So I did. I had a night when I first signed with TNT. He took all of us out. And you know, Chuck took all of us out, and we, you know, we had a night at the Four Seasons where we were just drinking different things. Draymond was there, so you know, we're drinking wine, we're drinking all the other stuff, and let's just say I need a little help upstairs.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the night, and Charles was like, "Hey, where we going next?" I'm like, "I'm going to bed." So you know, it's definitely cool to be able to, you know, like I said, once again, like. Even though Chuck and I are from different generations from the standpoint of sport, like, and Draymond is from another generation.
Yeah.
And to be able to sit down and, once again, connect through this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we forever have a connection through sitting down, having
a glass of wine,
Yeah, having a few drinks, you know?
Yeah. So where are you at?
So wait, what prices we got left?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you.
So I'm like, I like it. I think it's elegant. I don't think it's hella expensive. So, I gotta go on this one. I'm gonna go with this one back to the I don't like that look. You just gave.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go back to the $20 range.
$20 range. Do you think grape? Where do you think?
What kind?
Grape region? Do you think you know where it's from? These are all bonus. These are all bonus
No,
things. These are all
please.
bonus
Thanks
things,
for having me because you know I need some.
These are all bonus things, like.
Yeah, so I get closer to the Pinot Noir family.
Okay.
Like a lighter grape.
Okay.
Like that's why I love French wines because it's lighter. Where we at?
Dwayne. This is 2016 Grand Cru Clos de Vougeot Mayo Camosé, my friend.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on. Let me do this. Okay.
Not Grand Cru. Let me see
Grand
that.
Cru, yeah. So 2016, one of my favorite regions. You did get Pinot Noir right.
Thank you.
So this is Pinot Noir
See?
from the Holy Grail, from Burgundy. This is Grand Cru, Mayo Camosé, one of the top producers from a Grand Cru vineyard in 2016. This wine reminds me a lot of your game, right? It's polished. It's it's refined. It's like I was telling someone. It's
And
like,
it ain't cheap.
It ain't cheap. It's definitely not cheap. Speaking of that, this wine is about $425.
Ooh.
This is the luxury life.
I'm trying to do that because I got the price wrong, but I got the grape right.
You got the grape right.
And once again,
Right.
I'm not a good shopper. So I'm too busy. So apologize on these prices.
Oh, what are you talking about? Like, you know what you like. So glass number 4. See, he's a astute student. I see.
Gotta get somewhere.
He's looking at the glass. He's looking at the color. All right. You've been name dropped in so many rap lyrics.
So like, I think it's a video clip out there somewhere from our rookie season in NBA. Karan Butler, who is the coach of the Heat right now.
Oh, I love Karan.
Him and I were talking across the locker room, and I was like, man, if I could just get my name dropped in one song, I made it. I made it. And the first song, the first mainstream, not the first song.
Okay.
The first mainstream song that I got my name dropped in was Empire State of Mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Check.
And so you couldn't tell me nothing.
Still can't tell you nothing. Still
DJ,
can't tell you
play
nothing.
again.
Let's play it.
If Jesus paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade.
All right. How you feeling about this wine?
Okay.
Medium full, like somewhat full body, but like minus.
Good wine. So this is the $20 wine that I've been trying to get to.
Okay.
Like one of them gonna be right. Let's go keep guessing the same one. I'm gonna get one right.
Okay.
Yo, your poker face is amazing.
This is called M Sheep's Clothing. This is Washington State Cabernet, and this comes in at $18.99.
Okay.
You got it. So this is the Daily Dose, Washington State Cabernet. One of my favorites, right? Like generally, I feel like this wine is not high in alcohol. It has some tannins to it, but it's not like mouth blowing, like blowing you up. It's not extra hot. That wasn't a descriptor that we had. And to me, this is like quintessential everyday drinking, Washington State Cabernet. All right, we have number 5 here.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It smells slightly dusty to me.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the ones where I'm like, if I smell it, I'd be like, hold on.
It smells like dirt. It just smells like dirt, like there's dirt in the air. This has got pretty decent acidity.
Well, as soon as it hit my lips,
No.
I immediately went to like,
It's good acid.
Yeah.
It's good acid. Yeah, no,
Immediately,
totally.
yeah.
Your son, Zaire, just got drafted by the Salt Lake City,
stars, yeah.
the Stars. Did you give any advice?
Yeah, a lot.
You did?
Yeah, a lot. Like people will say like, how does it feel to have Zaire following your footsteps?
Okay.
And I say, Zaire's not following my footsteps, Zaire is following his dreams. Zaire he's wanted to play basketball since he's been able to walk. He's been playing basketball since he's been able to walk. And so he's not following in my footsteps. Zaire is following in Zaire's dreams. And so me as a father who has been through the exact same journey of having coaches and having teammates and just the life of an athlete, I'm able to help him throughout this process. So for me and for our family, the biggest thing for us is we're always trying to make sure that our kids get opportunities. My wife and I are first generation in our family to accomplish the things we've accomplished, but we don't want to be the last. And so for us, I always say is, throughout my life, it's been so many buildings and roadblocks and trees and all these things in a way. And I'm able to go through that process before my son. And I'm able to move some of those things that's in his way.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And allow him to really see, his dreams a little closer and a little clearer.
yeah.
And like I grew up with an image. Like Michael Jordan was an image for me in the world. Whether he knew it or not, like I looked at this guy, the way he dressed, the way he did media interviews, the way he played. He became a positive image to someone I can look at and be like, oh, like maybe I can do that. Or maybe I can be like that. And so it's a responsibility to be an image for, little Dwayne's.
Correct. How hard was it to do this? How hard was it to open up and to share those private moments in your visual memoir?
Well,
Dwayne?
it's very hard to allow someone in your private space.
Absolutely.
And I just remember being a kid, and when it was no social media, of course, but I remember getting the opportunity to see Michael Jordan's book called Rare Air.
Yeah.
And I remember for the first time I seen Michael Jordan toes. I was like, oh, he got corns like me. This is amazing. And so the main thing I wanted people to see when they flip through this book is the human.
Yeah.
Playing a game of basketball on TV, being great, you looked at this Superman, this superhero, and we're all just human.
Yeah.
And so you see moments in there, you see a lot of human moments, and it makes it, to me, it makes it real because, I like to say is we live in a world right now of highlights.
Absolutely.
We live in a world of highlights,
Absolutely.
and that's not true. It's not
It's
real.
not.
And so for me, just to show those human moments and maybe get a little airbrush, but the unedited moments.
No, but it shows your vulnerability that you are human, and hopefully that makes it real for people.
For sure.
All right, so where are you at here? Where are you thinking?
Well, price-wise, it's whatever's left.
That's not how we intended this to go. That is not how we
I'm
intended this to
definitely
go.
certain that this is the one that I didn't pick,
So you
which
get
is
this one
next to the high end.
So you get this one right. All right. Do you like this wine? Is it pleasurable?
It's not my favorite.
It's not your favorite.
Something to drink. This is one of the wines that if I was at a restaurant and I drank it, it wasn't one of my favorites. I would put this in my notes on my phone,
Okay.
and I'll order it again, and I'll order it again, and I'll come back to it.
That's it.
Because at a different moment, I may have a different conversation. It may taste different. I may have I may eat
Absolutely.
something different. So, yeah.
I'm like, how is this my show? Like you're dropping all the gems right
No,
now.
no,
Not me,
no.
but that's the real shit. The real shit is like, hey, when you're on this journey of wine, it's not this quest to find the best thing that you want to drink the rest of your life. And maybe that's on the side notes, but the idea is like to understand it a little bit more, right? So the idea you said that this wine wasn't your favorite, but that you would take the time to write it down and say, hey, I want to taste this again.
Yes.
And that's, I feel like, is the magic in wine. And this is Chianti Classico. This is called Gran Selezione. This is from Tolani, 2014. Also, that means it's Sangiovese. Sangiovese is like this really kind of dusty, terroir-driven, earth-driven food wine. It's like strawberries. It's like this beautiful thing. It's like, it's what most of the world knows Italian wine culture as. And obviously, you got this one right.
2 out of 5?
But this is a journey. This is what this is all about.
Yeah. I guess that's one of the cool things about this industry. I can sit here as someone who has my own wine label, as someone who sits on the board at UC Davis and, who's get exposed to some of the best wines in the world. I don't know how I'm so lucky. And I can still get the price points wrong.
Well,
But
that's the best part about all of this. It's all humbling.
Yes.
Right? Like, in the thing, when you strip everything away, it's a humbling experience. And, you don't take this notion that I know everything, right? You just keep pushing forward every single day. And I think that I thank you for being here and putting yourself out and saying, hey, I want to be a part of this. And the biggest part about all of this is not about price point and whether you can figure out what the price point is. It's whether you like it or not.
Yeah, that's a metaphor for life, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to the final round, the bonus wine. All right?
Oh, we got a
ready for
bonus
that?
wine.
We got a bonus wine. I want you to tell me, what's your favorite?
My favorite from tonight would probably be our third wine.
Our third wine. So that's going to be the Mayo Camazé, which is wine number 3.
So I've had 5 glasses, so I just want to let everybody know out there. I'm feeling a little.
That's the point. You're supposed to feel good. So we have the Grand
that's
Cru,
it.
Clos Vougeot. This is Mayo Camazé, 2016. My team is going to go and tally up your points, see if you're golden cork material. But in the meantime, cheers, brother.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
All right, so let's play a game. It's called Flash Your Favorites. I'll ask you your favorites, and you answer as fast as you can.
Oof.
I'm going to say it, and you just go. Like
Okay.
first thing that comes to mind. Okay. Favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Favorite movie?
Coming to America.
Favorite designer?
Well, I'm going to go with Gucci. About the last
All
show
right,
I went to.
Gucci. All right.
About the last show I went to.
Favorite musical artist?
Jay-Z.
Okay. Favorite tattoo artist?
My tattoo artist, Cliff. Shout out to you guys.
All right, Cliff.
I'm tatted.
Yeah. All right, Cliff. Favorite team in the NBA?
Utah Jazz.
That was the quickest. Favorite interview you've done today?
Favorite interview I've done? This one.
Thank you. All right. So, Dwayne, you got 2 out of 5 right.
Sounds like me in school. I was a C student, maybe C minus.
If you got one more right, you would have been eligible to win our Golden Cork, but we don't give out any participation trophies here.
It's all good.
You're a winner in life. You understand this thing. Thank you for being on the show.
Yeah.
And remember, it's not about the price, it's about what you like.
Thank you, man. Through the grapevine.
Do the grapevine, baby.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you, bro. When you go get to drink this kind of wine and for free? I ain't getting no bill out of this, right? Awesome.
Not that you know, we're gonna bill you back.
Yeah, this is cool, man. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.